You have entered Akashic Intelligence. Prepare for upgrade into the ultimate AI in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Akashic Intelligence. Tap into the ultimate AI. I'm your host, Lisanne Valentine, and today is the last episode of the first season of the podcast. And you will be hearing this on my birthday. I am so thankful for this year of leaping, of shedding, of recreating, of just really moving forward with all the tools, all the tools laid out before me. I don't know about you, but this has been an incredible year. I took some inventory. One of the members of my private group program sent me and all of us in the group this beautiful practice. Before you create your vision board, give yourself some time to reflect on the year that's passed. And so month after month, I went through and wrote the feeling tone, essentially the emotion of the experiences I had that month that were transformative for me. And so I did that beginning in January. And I could see the ebbs and flows of the roller coaster of the overwhelm and the excitement and the newness and the stress of it all, and just witnessing what embodiment looks like. Because the overall theme, after I looked at it and played with it, was like, oh, this is me embodying. This is not me healing anymore. This is me embodying, being, stepping into my power. And I wonder how many of us have given thought to that power. You know, when I teach about tapping into the Akasha, the ultimate AI within, it's in essence tapping into your source power, tapping into that, yes, elevated software, thank you, that's been there all along. And how that looks differs for everyone. The way you witness it will differ for everyone. You know, speaking to a couple of my clients, and one of them had said that throughout the program, because, well, this is a podcast, this is also a private group program, and during round 3, they'd said how they never noticed the way the world shows up as their oracle for them. That's something I teach, that you're creating the reality. Ooh, thank you. I feel that. Oh, you're creating the reality you step into, and where you put your focus. That's where your attention goes, energy flows. Where you put your focus is what you get to witness coming back to you. If you're focusing on highest love, you'll witness that coming back to you. That doesn't mean you're not going to witness different manifestations of love, like grief, like anger. And you're like, well, how can those be love? Well, if someone who is angry is hurt, the love within them somehow was hurt. If someone is grieving, the love within them is somehow, in their human perception, taken from them, right? And so, because the person that carried that is now withdrawn from their lives. When it comes to anger, the person that maybe, if there was a person, let's say, or a circumstance that hurt them, took away that feeling of love, or at least that's the human perception. Nothing is actually taken from you, but we choose whether or not we're going to pick up these rocks or put them down. So that's just one example. You could take it or leave it. And when I guide people into their ultimate AI, tapping into the Akasha, and they share with me that they're witnessing their world transform around them, I get lit the fuck up. Like, I get so excited because I know I'm walking the talk. And if you think about how many times you've affected someone's life because you've been walking the talk, because you and your bliss, you and your joy is actually helping someone witness what joy and bliss looks like, untamed joy and bliss. And if you haven't gotten there yet, that's okay. There's no shame in that. This is an invitation to be in your untamed joy and bliss. You know, there's this music video, this song called Soy Yo. It's this little girl, and she's just like her little weirdo self, and I freaking love her. And I watched that video and I'm like, yes, can we all just be that like little weirdo inside and just let her out, let him out, let them out? Because what it does is, even though people look at you sideways and they don't know what to do with you, and they're like, oh, I don't want to be associated. There is a part of them that's watching carefully because they want to join They want to join you. They want to be in their bliss, in their joy, in their weird. They want that. And sometimes that's triggering for people. No, I don't want that. No, how could I want that? No, that's crazy. That's wild. No, 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 no. Or good for them. Or what's another thing that people like to say when they really secretly are attracted to that? The way you navigate the world, but like they pretend that they're averted to it, they have an aversion to it, or they stick their nose up at it. I don't know. I don't know if it's not jealousy. I mean, they covet what you have and they don't know what to do with it. I'm not sure what the word is. It's not coming to me. Maybe some of you will email me and tell me what you think the word is. Like, or they'll make excuses for why it's so easy for you, even. It's so funny, humans. We're so funny. We love to tell stories and make up stories around things instead of just freaking asking, instead of having a conversation. And I put myself in that category. Like all of us, we're flawed beings and we're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful angels on this earth. And I have to say, when I looked at my year, which I'm not even done yet, but I looked at my year, the calendar year from January to December, a beautiful thing happened in the center of that. You know, I listened to that guidance. I wasn't going to share this, but I suppose might as well. Maybe this will inspire someone. And so I listened to guidance to download a dating app that I didn't know was a dating app. I'd heard the word out loud, and this is not promotion for this site, so maybe I won't mention it. But the name of the site was so interesting. It sounded musical. I didn't understand. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, I heard it out loud as I woke up and I didn't understand it. And then later that day, I saw an advertisement for it on my feed, on my social media feed. And so I downloaded it. And then I didn't like it. And I just stopped using it. And I heard one day soon after, maybe about a month or two later, get on the app. And me, an ever devoted person to divine guidance, was like, no. It's a snort laugh because I am always kicking and screaming. Like, I don't want to do it. Like, that's literally like, please guys, if you feel that way, it's normal. Okay. Second day, download the app, get on the app. And I was like, no. Why? Tell me why. So now I'm really like bratting it out. Day 3, like, get on the app. Oh, fine. I get on the app. And I see someone, we match. We immediately start talking, and I am happy to report I have been dating that person for over 6 months now. Yeah. And I share that because, you know, I didn't really see that coming. I welcomed it. I called it in for sure. I started meditating on inner union years ago, coming into sacred union with myself years before this moment happened. And when I started meditating on relationship, I wanted to also be union, to be complete and whole, and to meet. I don't know where that relationship's going to go, but I share it because that shifted everything. When I said yes to making room for more, and what else I did? I've been clearing and making space for more, for abundance to flow. What I've been guided to do is to release things that no longer serve me. I've outgrown the pot I was in, and now it's time to let my roots like enter into the rainforest, and I need space for that. I need room for that. How many of you have allowed yourself to be confined to someone else's definition of who you're meant to be, or someone else's definition of what looks good on paper when it comes to allowing yourself to connect with another being in relationship, whether it's romantic or friendships or otherwise? How many of you have taken a moment to say, wait, is this really what I like? Is this really me? You know, I remember for a long time I would look at these houses and think, oh, I love that house. It's so beautiful. That's a beautiful house. That's the house I want to have. And the funny thing is, as I hit the mic, the more I've allowed myself to be me, soy yo, I realized, oh, I actually don't like that house at all. That's definitely not me. And it was like a very traditional colonial house, very beautiful, very like, for the linear version of me, the one that did all the things, That would have been great. That would have been a dream come true, maybe. But the cyclical version of me, absolutely not. I need so much more room. I need so much more ability to play, to have unabashed joy, to be in a state of awe and wonder. And it can't be confined by the limitations of what society says is supposed to make me happy. Have you given yourself a moment to ask what will actually make you happy outside the limitations of community, culture, society, someone else's story? I don't know. Maybe it's something to think about as the year comes to an end. I know all of you have been so supportive in listening to and sharing this podcast and allowing me to just channel and talk and be my weirdo self. That Soy Yo song and video is definitely keeps coming to mind and playing, and so I encourage you to Google it because it's so good. But maybe that's the message today. How much more you are you allowing yourself to be? In what ways can you step into union with yourself, inviting you to step forward so you can embody that highest aspect? What lessons, what stories, what paths have you walked up until now that have been guiding you there? Did you look back at the oracle of the world and say, that was a sign, that was a sign, that was a sign. Now I recognize it. So going forward, I'll look for all the signs that are aligned with me. I don't know. Maybe these questions serve, maybe they don't. I trust you'll make time for you, make room for you, give yourself space to spread your arms out and do a little spin wherever you are, to find joy, to find sunshine, even in the darkest places, to let yourself be both. Be bold, be coy, be shy. Have wild wonder be your guide. There's a quote that says, we have this one precious life. And it's true. What are you going to do with it? Thank you for a beautiful year on the podcast where I got to use my voice and show you my weird, my shadow, my light, how I tap into that ultimate AI. Oh, I got emotional. Whew. Just thank you. And thank you for letting me share this as an unhinged, unedited podcast today and completely unfiltered. And since it's my birthday when you're listening to this, I would really love it if you would leave a review and share it with others, so that way more people can find the podcast as I start gearing up for season 2. Have a beautiful holiday season, and I'll see you on the other side.